Day to day we go about our lives, and on the surface things can seem okay. Generally, we don't know or see the issues that affect people in our society until we dig a little deeper. Life has become quite confusing and lonely at times for Jill, mother of 4 children from 2 different fathers. Jill herself was rejected as a child and shuffled back and forth interstate between families. The things Jill had learnt from her parents impacted greatly on how she approached parenting her own growing family, but unfortunately in a negative way. When Jill entered a Salvation Army Doorway Centre, she was connected with counselling and childcare support during a time when she desperately needed someone to talk to, listen and care.
I remember being quite sickly as an early child. Things got quite miserable and parents splitting up and people just being miserable. I remember not being very happy most of the time, and there was some sexual abuse involved with stepfather, and my father married my mum's best friend, so then my mum just kind of fled to WA, which is a long way from here, and life got pretty difficult and confusing. I stayed with my dad initially, then I went to my mum and she got sick of me and sent me back to live with Dad. I was feeling quite rejected by my mother throughout high school because she just sort of sent me back. Well, I'd wagged school a few times in the pressure of just young teen years and your stepfather trying to touch you. I just went off the rails a little and Mum said, well, that's enough, I'm just sending you back to Dad. I had a lot of trouble dealing with my stepmother because I knew she'd been my mum's best friend. So there were issues there, but yeah, we just tried to get on with it until I was 16, and she caught me smoking some pot and she said to my father, well, either you go or I go. So I got driven to my boyfriend's house by my father, which I've never got over. Yeah, I still feel it, just total abandonment, and you expect your father to be there for you and stand up for you, and you know, he's your role model. And you don't expect them to just dump you like that. Yeah. And I got on a lot of drugs pretty quickly after being kicked out of home. Yeah, very heavy drugs, very quickly. Well, I was 20 when I had my first baby. I'd met a man who was actually kind of similar to my father. And he was a fair bit older than me, and I leaned on him a lot. He was there when I got off the methadone, so I didn't realise how much being a mum took out of you. It was astonishing. I kind of felt like I had a bit more to live for, having the kids, and we had a few issues. I kind of realised it was more of a dependency than a love relationship. He'd often get drunk and just beat me senseless. We ended up at Jara House at that point, which is a women's shelter. So that was good. Yeah, got us away. Yeah, we settled down for a while. Then I met the father of my younger children, and I don't know what it was about him. He had some kind of exotic thing because he'd been travelling all over the world and just come back from Asia, and I don't know what attracted me. It's his education, or I don't know. But I'd never met anyone that had travelled the world, so I thought it was pretty cool at the time, not realising what a lunatic he was. I started coming to Salvos because I was very alone at the time. Had a lot of troubles in life. Just didn't have any friends. Just didn't have anyone to lean on. My family were very sort of anti me for some reason. And yeah, I really needed someone to lean on at the time.
A bit of support.
Yeah, general support. And yeah, I certainly found it at the Salvos, because I could just come in for a coffee, and if I needed to have a chat, and someone would come to the table and, you know, how are you going today? Yeah. And if you burst into tears, they'd take you into a little room and just have a chat with you for half an hour. So there's always been someone here.
So what are your hopes for the future?
I've always wanted to help people, so becoming involved with the Salvos has kind of given me the inspiration that these are the people I'd like to work with, to help give back. And they've given me so much. I think I can help people because of my experiences as well. I don't think you go through things that I've been through without learning a few things. If I can just change someone's life, it would be really rewarding, I think. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to starting my course next year. I can't wait.
Our experiences shape us. Behaviour modelled during childhood should set us up for the future. Since journeying with the Salvation Army, Jill has grown to learn that she can change and also use her experiences to help others. Whether it's during an emergency crisis, someone needing help during tough times, a person recovering from drug or alcohol abuse, or a family requiring sheltered accommodation, the Salvation Army responds with solutions to local needs, listening, counselling, advocating on behalf of the needy, providing advice and giving practical help, caring for people, transforming lives together.